But he looked at me one day and he says, you're really a smart kid. Shut the f up. You got 2 ears and 1 mouth. Quit talking. Just listen. Just listen. And without him telling me that, I'd probably not be successful. And he said, let me take you and show you how to do this. I think I made $2,290 my first year. Second year, I made $7,300. The third year, I made $100,000 in 1978, 79. So I listened to him. And I was able to meet a lot of people because of what he taught me. I was doing a transaction, and he said, I said, the commission's X, and he said, sure, we'll pay that. So I got to the closing table, and I said, well, my commission's X, and he said, well, do you have it in writing? And I looked at him, I said, no, sir, I don't. He said, well, I'm sorry, I can't pay you. Now, this was like $6,000 to me, and I needed the money. I have no money. And so I go back and, I look at Irv and I said, I got a little problem, but I'm going to work it out. And he laughs. Yeah, obviously, he and Arvin were in cahoots. So that Friday afternoon, this is Monday, this Friday afternoon, he calls me and says, how you doing? I said, well, Mr. Gottlieb, I've learned my lesson. Thank you. It won't, I still need that money. And he said, what are you doing tonight? And I said, I don't know, nothing. I'd be happy to meet you wherever. And he says, well, come to my office. And I go to his office and he says, you like scotch? I said, not really. He says, good. Takes a bottle of Johnny Walker, puts it on the table and says, we're going to have some drinks together. So the good news is I only lived a block away, so I could walk home. So we had more than a couple drinks with no ice. And I'm not a big scotch drinker. I am now, but I wasn't. And I'm leaving and he says, here's an envelope, open it Monday morning. And so I said, okay. So Sunday night, 12:01, I'm opening that envelope. And there was not a check, but there was 10 $1,000 bills in there.